My son is 7 years old and he does not respect any authority. My authority, my husband's authority, and he just tries to walk away and he does not like authority. See, 7-year-old, I'm not saying, please understand me, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying these words, trying to point out something. 7-year-old and the child does not understand the authority. I think you have left it too long. When the child is very, very young, from that time, the child needs to know that figure of authority. I would always say this. If the children don't know our human authority, they may not understand the authority of God. They may not understand the authority of God. So for us to be in that place, first the child needs to understand there is no non-negotiables. When Dada speaks, when Mama speaks, you have to listen. Again, not an abusive authority, not a place where you're screaming and trying to get that authority or trying to, get that lost ground. No. It could be in a place of softly. I've said this statement several times. I've said this principle several times. Speak softly, but lead strongly. Meaning, you have to, sweetheart, Mama is speaking. Can you come? Can you be here? Can you listen to me right now? With a smile, with that calmness. And the child begins to understand, no, I don't want to. No, I just want to go. And I says, excuse me, can you come here? I need to talk to you. I still remember very, very young, my first son, we had to establish that place of authority. He was maybe 2.5 or 3. I still remember every time he makes a mistake, we don't correct him in front of the people. Me and my wife go take him inside the house, make him sit inside the room. And both of us, and that's another very important point, both of us as husband and wives need to find time to correct together. So sometimes when I'm traveling, my wife will wait till I come back and then we sit together and correct and sit together and share. Now, as we sit together and share, I still remember one time he was just about 3.5, maybe 2.5, 3 and 3.5, I don't know. And we corrected it and we were sharing something and he looked at me and he went, like that he went. He was just about 3 years old. And I was in the serious mode. My wife was in the serious mode. When he did that, we both began to laugh. And he also went laughing. And I just said, great, you behave like this. But I think we need to talk about what you did. Very, very young. We had to put that very strongly in my son's heart. What is that place? That there is a place, that's a non-negotiable place that God has placed us in authority, not an abusive, controlling authority, but in an authority to guide you, to lead you. So if you're saying your son, 7 years old, is not, under any authority, doesn't want to be under any authority, what do we do right now? I think slowly, I think you need to conquer the ground. Slowly, let them know. There are places where you may have to be a little strong, gently, not abusively. You may have to be a little strong, but firm. That's why I said speak softly, but lead strongly. We have to conquer that ground. You may not be able to immediately have him respect to authority overnight. No. 7-year-old, it's going to take time. One of the boys that we are helping right now, he's 11 years old, doesn't understand authority. And recently, I was telling something and he does the same thing with everyone. He comes and stands there as I was telling something serious. He immediately, yeah, and he just walks out. And just said, hey. I called his name out and I just said, when I'm talking, you're not going to walk out like this. Then he was like, okay. I said, I don't want you to walk out like this again, right? You need to respect me and I need to talk to you. The next 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I said some very strong statements. He's 11-year-old, said some very strong statements, but I helped him to understand the authority that God has put in us so that we can care for you and help you out. Right after that, the last 3-4 days, anytime I am there or talk to him, he'll immediately say, yes, George uncle, yeah, what do you want? He has got that in a place. He might still be in that place. It takes time. It doesn't come overnight. So I pray God will help you in this journey to get that place of authority. Again, not an abusive authority, not an authority that hurts a child, but an authority that restores, redeems the child. please understand, in our journey, we should always redeem and restore the child. Thank you so much for sending your questions. Keep sending your questions. God bless you.